Okay,
Yeah,
so
just relax. You're good, buddy.
You were going to give me some. You are,
My name is Grant,
and you're with what band?
the Upbeat.
And I just was telling you that I want to start my own band, although it's mainly in my own head. But what's your advice on, and what are some of the issues?
The advice would be to start thinking about not making money. And the issue,
What about if is it all about my ego? That's kind of a question I have.
well, ego is a key part in it because we need to have a little bit of ego and
Healthy.
confidence. Ego, with ego comes confidence, right? James? So if you first start doing it for your soul and your heart,
There we go.
and not the money, and if you're lucky enough, the money will follow, but don't ever do it for the money, do it for you
Nice, good advice.
and your soul and your friends. Because to create music with your friends, to combine elements together that every friend brings creates one, and that is magic, and that is passion.
Can't beat that.
And you can't buy that. You can't buy it.
What are some of the issues that come up when you try to create a band?
Ego. How much am I going to make? See, it's hard for me to explain that because when I was 16, I was asked to join a band, and money was never a consideration to me. I'm like, yeah, I just want to play music because that's what I've been doing since 5th grade, and that's what I want to do is play music because it makes me feel good. So money's never an issue at
How
that
did
point.
being in this community of carpentry affect your music?
Support,
You got support.
camaraderie, and for whatever reasons, they liked us. And because they liked us, we would play. And to be entertained and see the response on people watching, to see how excited they were, was pay for me.
People really are excited when they see the Upbeat perform.
I hope they will never stop being excited when we perform. And I'll be honest with you, the reasons that we're still a band today is probably because of carpentry.
That's cool. That's an important part of your band is how you're such a part of the community. That's cool.
I think it's the key element, honestly. I mean, the industry is so out of sync when it comes to career, and it's discouraging. When I was in Carp High, they had a career day, and I'm like, okay, my career, I want to be a musician. So they had all these whole page of, okay, well, you have to be willing to sit in an air-conditioned studio for 12 hours, and you have to be willing to travel in a vehicle for weeks upon weeks, and you have to be willing to stay up late at night and work long hours. And I said, yes, that's what I want to do. And as I started doing it, I'm like, this is cool, but eventually you're like, okay, where's the pay? Where's the money I have to live? So then you transition into, okay, you accept not wanting the money, not needing the money, and you have alternative plans, backup plans that you've relied on to help you feed the bank to live. And
Which
then
in your case was a landscape.
it was a landscape. And then you realize, you know what? I wouldn't want to do it any other way because we do it on our terms, how we want to do it, when we want to do it. And the pay is from the audience and from the feeling you get from playing music and enjoying it with your friends that you've loved and grown up with your whole life. Most musicians will go into the industry saying, I want to make $1 million and that's what I want, that's my goal. So they may be lucky enough to make $1 million, But a year or two later, they are broke, and they're back at square one. So I'm like, I'm still a band 30 years later, and I'm not making money because I'm not driven by the money. I don't need to make the money, but I'm lucky enough to have 8 other members who are on the same page, and we do it for us and on our terms. And it feels good. Luckily to Carpinteria, we still do it. Carpinteria's been our paycheck. Sum it up.
And when you first started, did some of the guys in the band expect to make a living out of it?
We all did. Our dreams were set so high. We're like, oh yeah, we're like so. People love us. Carp loves us. We're gonna make money. We're gonna do it. But if you think about the industry, we play ska reggae, and so many different musics are influenced by ska and reggae, but you're not going to make money on ska and reggae alone. You're going to music industry is a tough nut to crack, and it is controlled by record labels, managers, producers, and they put out there what they think is good for the public to hear and be accepted.
And also, you're at a time when it's really hard to make money in the music industry, right?
And it's been that way ever since I was born. But it's very difficult. Let me put it like this. 99% of anybody who paints a wall or is a painter is making a living. 3% of all musicians out there are making a living. And it's harder to learn how to play a musical instrument than paint a wall on a. So it's different.
Okay, well, good interview, Grant. Thanks for your
Shit,
time.
I was just floundering. Wait. Cheers to Island Brew and Larry Nimmer. Much respect.
Thank you. Thank you. I got the slow bicycle race going on here. Slow bike race. Oh, looks like Peter's just finishing up. How did you do, Peter?
I don't know. The timer wasn't running. It was a pure practice round. He had a big smile on his face with that.
What's the trick to riding really slow?
You have to have a seat like this to sit on. Really make sure you be a stick in the mud.
The course is open for practice.
Oh, it is.